In honor of Tears of the Kingdom being a mere 10 days away from launch, here is a list of 10 speculations, theories, ideas, and predictions I have about Tears of the Kingdom with little to no evidence. Number 1. Sidon is going to become king of the Zoras. I do believe that at some point throughout our journey in Tears of the Kingdom, Sidon is going to take the reign of Zora's domain. Someone pointed out to me recently that in this shot, Sidon is wearing the same crown that his father King Dorephan wore in Breath of the Wild. However, in this shot, he is not wearing it. To me, this suggests that at some point throughout the game, Sidon is going to become king, either because his father steps down or because his father dies. Number 2, for the first time in a long time, we are going to be witnessing sages. And not just sages in general, but both old and new sages. The idea of sages, of course, is no stranger to the world of Zelda, but we haven't seen them in quite some time. There is some evidence to suggest this. Friends in my Discord pointed out that some of the characters we saw in the last trailer have those tears on their person. And if you know about that slight mishap a voice actor from a different region made, he already let slip that we're going to see an ancestor of Daruk. So it doesn't take much to speculate that yes, we are going to see both old and new sages. Number 3. Time travel in some format is inevitable. I honestly don't have any idea of what way it'll manifest, but I do think a decent chunk of this game is going to take place in the past. The ancient past. In other words, well over 10,000 years ago. Number 4. The Triforce is going to have a stronger presence in this game. When it comes to Breath of the Wild, our only hint of the Triforce was when it appeared on the back of Zelda's hand. But other than that, it's a little bit speculative. There's evidence for it and evidence against it. But the Triforce is an integral part of the Zelda series, so I'm really hoping it makes a much stronger appearance in this game, especially when you consider we've got full-blown Ganondorf this time. Number 5. Tears of the Kingdom is going to be side quest heavy. It's going to be heavier than Breath of the Wild was. Number 6. The Sheikah are going to have a stronger presence than we realize. Of course, Breath of the Wild focused on their technology quite heavily, and Tears of the Kingdom is focused on the Zonai, it would seem. But I don't think we need to dismiss the Sheikah completely. Their technology has already shown up in a few trailers, so I do believe that their tech and their presence is going to be well known and needed in this game, just not solely focused on them. Number 7. Yunobo may have some sort of glow up. We haven't actually seen Yunobo yet, though we've seen the other champion successors. It's very possible that he had a major glow up and the creators want to save that for a bit. I mean, sure, we did see Riju grown up, but I imagine a glow up from Yunobo is going to be much different. Number 8. Tears of the Kingdom is going to have an incredibly powerful and much stronger story. I believe it's pretty safe to assume that Tears of the Kingdom is going to have quite the impact when it comes to its story. I personally was a fan of Breath of the Wild's story, but I did still want something more. And when you think about it, Fububayashi has been in charge of this game, Breath of the Wild, and Skyward Sword, and I think it's pretty clear that he wants a stronger story. It's almost like it's his own trilogy. And I know I'm not alone when I say I am very much looking forward to seeing how the story unfolds. Number 9. Zelda may incur some sort of partial memory loss. This is quite a stretch, but there is that one tiny part where Zelda says Link's name and it's as if she's saying it in the form of a question, as if she's just remembering who he is. Again, I recognize how much of a stretch that is. And number 10, I believe the Master Sword is going to be permanently changed. Now, I am not saying that in future Zelda games we won't see the Master Sword the way we remember it, but I do mean in terms of this story, this part of the timeline, the Master Sword is not going to be able to be repaired to its full former glory. I do believe it'll be repaired in some way, just that it won't be quite the same. And for all of us long-time Zelda fans and players, that's going to be a huge deal. So that was my list of 10 predictions with little to no evidence. Let me know your thoughts about these in the comment section below, whether you agree with them or completely disagree with them. In addition, please let me know any ideas and predictions you have about the game, no matter how out there they are. In just 10 really long agonizing days, we will have the game in our hands and we will be able to get answers to our speculations. If you enjoyed this video, please consider giving the video a like and joining the Geek Mom by subscribing to show your support. Speaking of support, I just launched a new line of merch in my merch store that's all Tears of the Kingdom themed. Don't worry, It's not just pink, everything does come in multiple colors. The link to my merch store will be in the description below. Please consider checking it out and supporting the channel by grabbing some cute stuff. And of course, a massive thank you to all of my channel members and patrons, especially those in the highly end tier over on Patreon. Joking Batman, Geek Mom, Lorulian Sheep, McToppler, Charles, and Magic Nate. But anyway, that's all for today. Thank you for watching.